These are the brand new PowerBeats Pro 2, and they are stacked with new features like active noise cancellation thanks to the H2 chip, heart rate monitoring, a sleeker design, and nearly double the battery life. Oh, and this new electric color. I've been using them for the past 14 days, and unlike the Gen 1s, I have actually replaced my AirPods Pro 2 for activities. But they're not perfect, and there are a few things that'll make you think twice before ditching your AirPods. So starting off with the unboxing experience, this is very simple and straightforward, just like you'd expect for an Apple product. And inside, we do have the PowerBeats Pro 2 in their charging case. We have some booklets, a Beats sticker, and some extra ear tips. So there's 5 sizes from extra small to extra large. And then right when you open up the case, you get that one-tap setup, just like with the AirPods, and then it walks you through the new features like heart rate monitoring, the listening modes, and more. And by the way, these cost $249 from Apple, which is the same price as the AirPods Pro 2. So let's talk about the design of the earbuds and the case itself, because these are actually very similar to the AirPods Pro 2 in a lot of ways. However, this is going to be the biggest difference here is the design and the overall use case for the PowerBeats Pro 2, because the Beats are meant for the more active community, those who go to the gym often, those who play sports, who run, and don't like how the AirPods fall out of their ears. So these are going to be, just right away, that's who these are aimed for. And you'll notice that I got mine in this beautiful new electric orange color. Now they do also come in more subtle colors like purple, gray, and black. And since these are larger than the AirPods, the charging case will also be a good bit larger, but it is also very lightweight and smaller than the previous generation case. Plus, it can now charge wirelessly, which you could not do on the Gen 1s. Now, I have to say, I did find this to be a bit annoying to carry around in the gym and just have it in your pocket when you're walking around, just because it is so, bulky. It's not super heavy, but it's very bulky, so it can be annoying to have in your pockets. So I've just found myself leaving this in the car, when I'm going somewhere like the gym, and just keeping my earbuds in my ears. Anyways, as far as the earbuds themselves, we do have a new and improved ear hook design. These are made of nickel titanium alloy, and the ear hook is now 50% smaller, and they're also 20% lighter than the previous generation. So they're going to be more sleek and more comfortable while on the ear. And it's crazy because these are so much smaller and lighter, yet they get much better battery life than what we saw beforehand. And since you're probably planning on sweating while you have these PowerBeats Pro 2 in your ears, they of course are sweat and water resistant with an IPX4 rating. Now we do also have physical volume rockers on each side, which I didn't realize how beneficial and how useful this actually was to have on the earbuds, since a lot of the times when you're using these, you don't necessarily have, great access to your phone. If you're running, it might be in your shoulder. If you're at the gym, your phone's probably on the ground. So it's nice to have the volume right there, with a physical button on the Beats. You can also press in on the Beats logo for music controls like play, pause, skip, and go back. You could also turn on active noise cancellation or transparency mode. You can trigger Siri, or you can even manually enable heart rate monitoring. And of course, you do also have Hey S support if you don't want to press a button at all. Now, as far as the overall comfort and the fitment of the PowerBeats Pro 2, first off, again, you do have those ear tips in the box, which is nice. It's going to fit a lot of different ear sizes, but I will say it took me a little while to get used to this ear hook design. So these are much smaller, which is nice, but it still took some time getting used to putting that around my ear, while putting the earbud in my ear canal itself. And I will say that these do feel larger than like the AirPods, for example. When they go into your ear canal, you can just feel like a little bit more bulk, but they're still comfortable. Like they're not as comfortable as like the AirPods 4, for example, where you can just basically forget that they're even sitting in your ear because they're just kind of outside of your ear and just kind of really lightweight. You won't ever forget that these are in your ear, but for what they are, they're awesome. And I kind of forget that the ear hook is there. Like when I'm, using these and when I'm in the zone, I really only feel the part that goes into my ear canal. I just kind of forget, honestly, that the ear hook is there, which is a good thing. And it's also good for when you're wearing a hat, or if you're wearing like sunglasses. They don't really mess up the fitment much of the PowerBeats Pro 2, which is also a great benefit. It will move it a little bit, but it's not going to really throw it off as much as I expected. Now, one of the biggest features and the biggest selling points for the PowerBeats Pro 2 is going to be the heart rate monitoring. That is a first for any Apple or Beats headphone. And this was made possible thanks to all the work that went into the Apple Watch heart rate monitoring system. But the best part about that is that it didn't just copy what was done in the Apple Watch, just transferred over to the PowerBeats Pro 2. There's also a custom algorithm that was designed specifically for the PowerBeats Pro 2 that's going to help it be more accurate as well. And the cool thing is the heart rate monitoring happens automatically. So you can manually trigger this as well. You can manually enable it, but it does happen automatically when you start a workout. Your heart rate reading updates every 5 seconds, and it syncs with HealthKit and compatible iOS and Android fitness applications such as Nike Run Club, Peloton, Runna, Ladder, and more. And it does also connect to gym equipment. You just have to press twice and hold on the B until you hear a chime. And by the way, if you're curious about the heart rate reading when you're wearing an Apple Watch, your fitness application will prioritize the heart rate readings from your Apple Watch over the PowerBeats Pro 2. So I found that when I'm testing the heart rate monitoring in the PowerBeats, I just have to take my Apple Watch off for that workout, which I use Ladder for. Oh, and also my big concern with heart rate monitoring in these earbuds was that it was going to drain my battery life. Like I was going to get half the battery life I normally get, but that has not been the case. There's actually been really no difference, a very negligible difference in battery life when heart rate monitoring versus not. And I think a big reason for that is because of the H2 chip. So yes, Apple's H2 chip is now inside of the PowerBeats Pro 2. And that leads us right into the next topic, which is the sound quality, because this is one area that really impressed me. And a big reason for this is because of the H2 chip that we just talked about, because this finally gives us active noise cancellation and transparency mode. We get auto switching, we have the one-touch pairing, audio sharing, personalized spatial audio, Find My support, and of course, significantly better audio and efficiency performance. But that's not the only reason the PowerBeats Pro 2 sounds so good and packs such a punch, especially with bass. It's also because these have an upgraded amplifier, a new internal venting path, and a new and improved acoustic mesh. And it's just nice to have the active noise cancellation, especially when you're surrounded by other people, whether you're running with other people, whether you're in the gym with other people and there's loud music playing. Now that you have active noise cancellation, you can kind of drown out that outside noise, which is really nice. Now, I have to say that the ANC is not quite as good as the AirPods Pro 2, which was kind of disappointing to me. I thought it would be just as good because they had, the silicone ear tip here, but I would say it's not as good as the AirPods Pro 2, but I do think it's of course better than the AirPods 4. So it's not like terrible compared to the AirPods Pro 2. It's just not quite on that level, but it's pretty close. And then on the opposite side of active noise cancellation, we have transparency mode, which of course is powered by that H2 chip as well. And I found these to perform really good. I mean, it's pretty much just as good as the AirPods Pro 2. I don't think they're as good as the AirPods 4, which are just amazing for transparency in my opinion, but these are about on par with the AirPods Pro 2, which is nice. And then of course, just like with the AirPods, we do have adaptive EQ when ANC and transparency are turned off. And this basically just tunes the music to your ears for optimal sound quality for your specific ears. And of course, we do also have personalized spatial audio to tune that sound even more to get the best audio quality possible. And this always makes a difference. So if you have not set this up, please set it up. It makes a big difference. And since the PowerBeats Pro 2 have a gyroscope and an accelerometer inside, they're also able to detect your head movements for dynamic head tracking to give you that 360-degree surround sound effect. I personally don't use this for music, but it is kind of cool to use for movies and TV shows when you're kind of fully immersed. Okay, so we've established that the sound quality is good, but how about the voice quality? Like when you're on a phone call or when you're recording a voice note to yourself. How is the quality? Well, once again, thanks to the H2 chip inside, the quality is very good. But once again, it's not just the H2 chip. Apple is not, Beats is not just fully relying on the H2 chip for everything. They also have a dedicated voice microphone and a feed-forward ANC microphone, along with a voice accelerometer. So the combination just leads to an overall solid result. And since the Beats are running on the same platform as the AirPods, we also have access to the voice isolation mode when on phone calls or FaceTime, which is going to help drown out that background noise. So let's just go ahead and do a mic quality test. Okay, so we are doing a test phone call with the PowerBeats Pro 2. We're trying to see how the audio quality is with these new PowerBeats compared to the AirPods. And then here are the AirPods Pro 2. So we're trying to see which one has better audio quality on a phone call while in voice isolation mode. Now, as far as other software capabilities, we do have, our settings right here, just like with the AirPods, where you can configure everything. I'm running iOS 18.3 and these are fully supported. In here, we have our noise control options, our call controls, our automatic ear detection. We also have our accessibility options, such as noise cancellation with one earbud. We have spatial audio and a toggle for sound effects coming from the case. And then, of course, we do have Find My support. Now, the case itself does not have the U1 chip, so Find My is going to be built into the buds themselves only. Now, as far as battery life goes, I only had to charge this case one time in the past 2 weeks. So I've worn these every single day, for at least an hour and a half to 2 hours every day. I've only had to charge the case one time. And the earbuds themselves, of course, never died. So, Apple is rating these for 10 hours of playback with adaptive EQ enabled. That is 8 hours with ANC. And then if you include the charging case, that is 45 hours of listening time. So that's almost double what the original PowerBeats were, which is impressive. And like I said, those numbers are amazing when you account for the fact that the case is 33% smaller and it now supports wireless charging. So I have to say, I love the PowerBeats Pro 2 a lot more than I thought I would. Like, I had the original PowerBeats Pro and I used them for a week and I returned them. I didn't like how big the ear hook was. I didn't like how big the buds themselves were. They didn't have noise cancellation. They were just missing a lot of things. And I feel like Beats just really went all out here and just basically gave me at least every single feature that I was missing with the PowerBeats Pro 1. So yeah, I am a big fan of these. Now, would I use these over the AirPods Pro 2? Well, for things like grocery shopping, for things like doing stuff around the house, for things like a little mini walk around the neighborhood, probably not. I'm still going to use my AirPods Pro 2 for that just because they're easier to, I don't know, they're just easier and more convenient to take out of the case and put into my ears. They don't take as much work and they're just a little bit more comfortable as well when you're doing something really light, where you don't need that protection for them coming off your ears. So I'll probably still use the AirPods Pro 2 for that. However, for the gym, for runs, for if there's a sport and I want to have my AirPods in or my earbuds in for a sport, I'm going to be going for the PowerBeats Pro 2 every single time. These are just far more secure in your ears when you're moving. When you have rapid motion, these are just going to feel so much more secure and better in your ears. You won't have to constantly be readjusting them or have to worry about them falling out like you do with the AirPods. So they're really, honestly, just a great complement to having the AirPods. You could use one for light tasks, just around the house stuff, grocery shopping, and then one for when you're working out. And also, I forgot to mention that the AirPods are just a lot more discreet in the ears. And maybe it's because I just went for the most, standout color here with the electric orange, but the AirPods are just a lot more subtle in your ears when you're walking around. When you have these, especially these orange ones in your ears and you're walking around, nobody's going to miss them. They're going to stand out, which is also why I love these, especially for doing active, activities. Anyways, these are available from Apple for $249. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Please let me know your thoughts about the PowerBeats Pro 2 down in the comment section below. I never thought I'd actually, want to be using a pair of Beats headphones in 2025 nonetheless, but here we are. These things are pretty cool. So let me know what you think and I'll see you guys soon.